A shockwave behind you in mid-swing. Accelerate! Squadron-style axe technique. Number 1, falling thunder! Unleashing a frontal shockwave on impact for more power! Number 2, water skimmer!
For her hyper-aggressive, high-handed personality, I'd say it's perfect.
I thought that was what you wanted to hear.
And you are?
Break time will be over soon. Besides, don't you need to find a bathroom? Bye. Ask a question of you, Master.
Sweet as a bell. Her voice is so pure, it's like music to my very ears. What do you want? What do you mean, what do you want? Crap, I sound like a total prick right now.
My fate. I was wondering how exactly you plan to kill me.
Hey.
Hey, are you picking me up okay?
Yeah, I'm picking up okay. I was like, "Ooh, she answered quickly."
Oh, yeah. How are the kids?
Our kids were fine. One person would not leave because she wanted to finish her work before she left the building. So I was
Of course.
I appreciate I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I need you to leave so I can talk to Abigail tonight.
They're your kids?
No, they're the other people's kids. I work with kids at a center. It's called Kumon, and it's basically an after school program.
Oh, I'm familiar with Kuban.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty popular. It's like everywhere.
Yeah, it was founded in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like working there?
Yeah, I like working there. You know, it's my mom's business, so she told me to come work for her.
Aw.
She told me to stop doing DoorDash because it's getting kind of dangerous out there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, a lot of
You
weirdos out there.
yeah, you say that as I literally just placed my order for my DoorDash for my dinner.
Well, just the delivery part, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. No, that's good to know though. Like well, I guess I'm one of the good people, but I've also heard like maybe they don't get paid super well on there. So, but
Yeah.
I don't like cooking. That's my fatal flaw is I don't use my kitchen.
Aren't your friends teaching you how to cook?
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I know how to cook things and I can follow a recipe. I just don't have the spoons to cook a meal. If I do that, then I'm just not gonna have energy to do my tasks, and I already don't have a lot of energy to do my tasks anyway, so it's a slippery slope.
Well, hey, you get to it when you get to it, Abigail. No one's forcing you, okay? It just has to be. It ain't gotta be perfect, but
Thank you for not judging
and
me. This is a judge-free zone.
no. I am not judging you at all. Listen, if you're comfortable with cooking, then cook when you can. But if not, then just order yourself something.
Don't
That's
let me
all.
cook. Don't let me cook.
There you go. Well, if the small talk is over, I guess we can go ahead and get this underway. Again,
Yeah,
small talk first. I like doing small talk. I don't want to get deep into it first without just easing into it.
of course.
You know. So, happy Monday, everybody. This is Phil. I'm host of the Conversation Podcast, and it is now the third week of Pride Month. So, happy Pride Month again. So,
I'm good.
there you go. I have a very special guest in here with me. You may know her as Abigail Blythe. She's actually kind of rising around platforms today, and she's also the voice of Kyoko in Kaiju number 8. Just a little FYI, I watched a few episodes. I'm going to do my best to get back to it, even though it's like a small series. But it's nice to talk to you, Abigail.
Yeah, nice to talk to you too, Philip. How are you doing?
I'm great. Still trying to recover from Monday. Like I said, first day of the week. I hate the first day of the week.
Yeah,
So like every weekend when new week start, I'd be like, no, I got to do it all over again.
you got this.
So, now before we get into it, let's start with a little bit of an icebreaker. So, what's one place that you haven't traveled to before that you really want to go to?
Japan.
That's on everybody's mind these days. I just spoke to somebody else yesterday, and they're trying to get to Japan too. Like I spoke to Morgan Berry on Saturday. You know, she's the voice
Mhm.
of Conk. I think you know who Morgan is.
Yeah, I know Morgan.
Yes, yes. So she's trying to go to Seoul, Korea, and Japan next month. So I was like, "Whoa, man, I am still stuck behind. I'm trying to save up money so I can go there this for my birthday this month. I mean, no, wait, no,
Oh,
September for my birthday."
yeah. I hope
Mhm.
you can manage that. That would be really cool. That'd be a really fun birthday present.
Well, they did say that the prices are a lot cheaper now. So it's
Oh,
like,
okay.
hopefully it won't be much of a problem just to get plane tickets. So
Yeah.
the thing is, you also gotta make sure you got money while you're in Japan as well.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Sure thing. And I had a discussion with another person. Her name, she's a friend of mine. We've been friends for a while. Her name is WTH Alley. She's also a LGBTQ person, and she's been in Japan for a while now, a couple of years. So she's been living there for a while.
Cool. That's
And
awesome.
so yeah, I was like, this is my first time ever doing a long distance call yesterday to Japan, like the 24-hour distance.
Ooh, yeah.
So it was just a test run before I start keep doing calls like that.
Yeah,
And so, yeah, Japan, she told me all about the pros and cons of living in Japan. But, the more we research it, the better we'll be when we get there.
for sure.
Sure thing. Well, now that the ice is broken, I guess we can get into the main event here. So, here's how we're going to do this. I came up with 20 questions, but to make this go a lot smoother and a little bit faster, I'm going to combine them into two parts or questions, okay?
Yep.
All right. So, let's start with section one. The old way, the origins and the finding voice acting part. Now, number one, what first sparked your love for acting and storytelling, and how did that eventually lead you to voice acting?
I fell in love with theater and music at a pretty young age, probably around 8. I was actually uh an artist before I was a musician or an actor, but I ended up leaving that by the wayside and switching over to theater and singing. So I pursued that for a long time. That was my main thing. I went to school for music while still pursuing theater, and then I'm a pretty logical person, so I was like a year out from graduating. I was trying to figure out my career path and what I wanted to do with my not so practical logical degree. And and I discovered that voice acting was a career path, and I was like, "Oh, I never really thought of that as an option before." And I thought that it was great. It combined like my vocal training with my theater training and my like scare actor training, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. And then so I decided I was gonna do that, and then I did it. I moved to Dallas, and then yeah, rest is history.
Yeah, understandable. Like you said, you have to like swim around the ocean to find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So, and listen, look what you're doing now. Like, shoot, like you with the voice acting thing, you're like I said, you're starting to come up. I'm seeing you more often on the Instagrams now. So,
I'm on that social media grind, man. I don't know. I'm trying.
well, well, it's okay. Listen, you got to walk before you can run.
Yeah.
And so, and guess what? You're having a fun time with it. Don't stop what you're doing. I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate
So,
it.
and plus, you're doing a good job that Anime Weekend Atlanta just announced you. And plus, I'm close to Atlanta.
Oh,
So
you're gonna come see me?
I'll see if I can. But
Okay, okay, Philip. If you can manage it, I would love to meet you.
I will do my best. I promised. Yes, all
Okay.
right. So, but yes, one day at a time is all that takes. Sometimes people be rushing. Listen, it's kind of hard to like find what you want to do, and but once you start like asking the right people, because I know you talk to the right people as well as you were trying to find like what career path you want to take. It comes and goes in different cycles, but eventually you start to understand like, hey, I think I might actually have a passion for something like this. And now you're voicing and like big characters in a lot of shows, in like Kaiju number 8, for example.
Yeah, I feel so lucky, honestly. Can you hear that ding when it dings through my computer?
Nope, I don't hear nothing.
Okay, great. I don't know how I'm not very good at technology. So it's like connected to my phone and it like even if I don't have the sound on for my phone, it'll like ding through my MacBook. And I'm like, I wish it would stop doing that. But as long as you can't hear it, that's fine.
No, I don't.
I was like,
I
as long
don't
as
hear.
it's
I don't hear
not
anything.
distracting you. Okay, great. Yeah, no, I feel so lucky. I all I can do is work my hardest and I do that every day, trying to be the best that I can. And I have a big passion for what I do. And even if like nobody casts me or like I don't get any work, I still will keep doing it because I like it a lot.
There you go. That, and you got a support system as well. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, the old saying, choose a job that you love, that you never have to work a single day in your life.
Yeah, that phrase is not exactly true, but I get what they're saying.
I understand. I understand. Next up, now, was there a particular anime, game, or performance that made you think, I want to do that someday?
Let's see. I as far as like video games go, I was a huge fan of Bethesda games growing up. Skyrim is like my all-time favorite game. I've logged so many hours in that game and I've still never beat the main quest.
Ooh, Skyrim is pretty good. I only beat the
Yeah.
main story once, and then I was done.
Yeah, I
It was
still
kind of
haven't
hard.
gotten that far. Yeah, it is. That I didn't really get into watching dubs for anime until I started pursuing it as a career. And once I did start watching them, I'll say I really loved the performances in Licorice Recoil. That was one of my faves. I think Xanthi and Lizzie do an excellent job. And Kellen do a great job in that anime. Those are the things that popping up.
Okay, okay. Listen. I can imagine. Listen, people, us, when we think back to when we were kids, we watch all the stuff that made us go and just get into all this pop culture stuff. Listen, my whole love for pop culture started with Batman the animated series back then when I was a kid,
Oh yeah,
and then
yeah.
then exploded to all this stuff. Then 2006, I started liking Sonic X and Dragon Ball Z, and
Yeah.
it just keeps going on. And now you see me like all these posters back here, and I'm collecting all this stuff here. So it's just it's nice that you have those things from like, oh, before you even start doing career, like this inspired me to do something like this. Listen, I spoke to Darian McArthur. You know Darian, right? She,
Yeah.
she is very sweet, very nice person to talk to. She actually noticed something on my Instagram profile. She noticed that I was playing Sonic Unleashed and doing those video game walkthroughs. She grew up. Jason Griffin inspired her to do voice acting because she saw that iconic scene in Sonic Unleashed.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I think that's a popular one.
it is. And it's still popular day. Listen, I just finished the finale. I think I died a few times in the finale, but I'm gonna have to edit that out later because I still haven't uploaded the finale part. Listen, as far as me doing this and doing the video game walkthroughs, I try to put everything in one channel. I deleted my game. Sorry, I'm diverting the attention away. I'm so sorry. I'm,
That's okay.
they I I did a gaming channel, but then I deleted because it wasn't getting as much attention. But then I
Mm,
decided to just let's just put everything on one channel because it's hard to manage two channels right now.
yeah, I can
So
imagine.
so I'll just do it on one big channel. But yes, she said that Jason Griffin, she grew up with Sonic Unleashed when she was playing that game. So she noticed me and she saw that I was streaming Sonic Unleashed and we started geeking out.
That's so cool. I'm glad that you guys could connect like that.
Yeah. But yeah, Skyrim. So pretty much it was Skyrim for you. But listen, I can never get I just only played the game once and then I was done. That game was too hard.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, but yeah, all those things that made us into our that we grew up with, that inspires us to do stuff like what you're doing, like the voice acting or content creation, whatever you're doing. Like recently, I just did an analysis with My Adventures with Superman season 3. And that
Oh.
I think you saw that they just dropped season 3 2 days ago.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a DC Comics and anime show together to give a fresh take on Superman. I recommend you go watch it too.
Okay, awesome.
So, but yeah, I sometimes I do those analysis and all that stuff. It may not be much, but it's something like the first time I did like the Super Mario Galaxy movie, it blew up to 1,000, 1.3K views. And I
Oh,
was and I
nice.
was thinking, okay, maybe I should do more analysis like that if I feel like. We'll see what happens first. But yeah, the stuff like Skyrim, that got you into. And you said what else was it? Was it you said Kellen Goff was in something too?
Yeah, Lizzie and Xanthe starred in this anime called Licorice Recoil. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I've heard it. I can never get into it. Is it still any good or
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it's super good.
man, now I got another thing to add to my watch list for the summer.
Sorry about that.
Listen, I got so much ever since I started talking to you guys. Y'all been getting me stuff to go check out and watch. Listen, even the non-VAs that I've also listened. I'm not just interviewing you guys. I'm also got other special guests. I just got three new people who are interested now to come on and talk to me.
Oh,
They
nice.
well, y'all just like the work I'm just putting out there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're not here for me. We're here for you tonight. But you see we'll see where I'm coming from as far as you some sort of game or anime made you feel like you really want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's at the top of my head, what my choices would be.
All right. I like it. Now, next up, looking back at the beginning of career, what was the biggest lesson you learned about breaking into the industry?
Um, First impressions are really important, so I wouldn't recommend pitching yourself to any studios or directors before you're ready for their direction or ready for them to hear you. I think a lot of people get really passionate about voice acting in particular, and without like a bunch of acting background and just go right at it. But if you only get one first impression, so you want to make sure that you take it whenever you're most ready.
Mm, yeah. Everybody got cats.
The kitty. Kitty cat.
Now, is it a he or she?
It's a girl. Her name's
Uh,
Brownie.
Brownie?
Hmm.
Oh, that's cute. And listen, guess what? I just interviewed a drag queen 2 weeks ago, and she
Hmm.
has a cat. Her name is she has three cats at actually. But when she
Wow.
dressed up in her outfit, she likes dressing up as her cat's name is Chevy.
Oh, cute. You have
I
good
have
memory.
yeah, I'll have to send you a video later. But seriously, you're like my 12th cat person.
Cats are the best. They're my favorite animal.
Hey, my parents don't like cats, so
Oh no.
I know this is not their thing. But as long as cats are cats. I mean, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, but going back to that, first impressions, I think listen, sometimes, don't you ever get, I think you've heard the term imposter syndrome, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Yes. Yeah, like sometimes I feel like, can I actually do this? I don't want to mess up on my first day. Listen, I sometimes I feel like that when I start going somewhere and do something new. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I need to also other thing, you also need to say a quick prayer before you do it too. Say a quick prayer before you get in there and just realize that, hey, just give it your best shot and see what happens afterwards. Thing is, you can't win or lose if you don't try first.
Yeah. That's true.
Mm. And I also been saying this too, like even when you do directors, like after the scene is, you still want to try to have like a cordial conversation once the recording session is over, so y'all can find common ground together as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I don't know like how often you and I don't know how often you usually talk to directors after you're done with the recording session.
Yeah.
I was yeah, I was just curious. Oh, sorry. I should have meant more context. Like, do you know how often you usually do it? Not really.
What was the exact question
Oh,
about
saying
writing?
like I don't know how exactly like how often I was like pretty much like I was asking how often do you like talk to directors after the scene is over? You know?
We talk to each other throughout the scene, really.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, in between takes, there's a lot of like hurry up and wait for like the audio engineers to place the takes because it is ADR, so we have to, match the flaps and things like that. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of open space during sessions to chat, and we usually do.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because thing is, once it all like, because I know like when y'all do something, y'all want to like discuss and feel like, like next time, how can we like make this better? You're good, but how can we make it even better?
Yeah, it's not often really that during a session, a director will give you notes on your, like, how to be a better actor. It's kind of like you booked the role with your audition usually, or with just like your work ethic. So they know that you're a good actor. So they'll just give you notes on your specific performance, but not necessarily on like what you need to work on as an actor.
Okay, okay. So just pretty much just notes, the stuff not anything you need to
Hmm.
change.
Yeah.
Like don't change your style. I don't want people to change their styles. Like stick to what works for
Yeah.
you.
Basically, yeah.
There you go. Last question, and then we'll be in the next part, which is going to be your favorite one, character deep dives. You get to break down your
Oh.
characters.
That'll be fun.
Don't trust me, it'll be fine.
Mhm.
Now, voice acting can be a competitive field, and it is.
Yeah.
What helped you stay motivated during the moments when opportunities felt far away?
Well, that's a good question. I've always been a very ambitious and driven person, and the thing with like uh, voice acting is basically like running your own business, so you never run out of things to do. So in slow periods, there's always things like, working on like rebranding, like headshots, website, um, like cold networking with studios and or trying to find your own clients through like cold emailing and things like that, cold calling. So, there's always an abundance of work, even though it's really competitive. There is a need for voiceover in so many different ways. Stop it. My
Right.
cat's
And
messing with something.
it's okay, it's okay. Hey, plus we get to add a little chaos into this episode too.
Oh, she is so chaotic.
Yeah. And that's a good answer. I like that answer you just gave out because I know lately with stuff going on, there's like a lot of new shows coming out and everything, and you got people who are just competing. Just like, I just want this role so I can just make sure I'm doing a good job in it. And listen, if you're in places like Texas, I don't know where you're based. I don't know if it's
Hmm.
Texas. Am I right?
Hmm.
Yeah, places like Texas and Los Angeles. Don't even get me started, Angeles.
Yeah.
There's a lot of competition in there, you know, and the problem is people have the tendency to compare themselves to others when they're doing stuff like that. And
Hmm.
something that I talked to Jack Broadbent back in November of last year.
Yeah.
He was talking about, he told me that comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, I think you can learn a lot by comparison, actually, as long as you don't try to become the other person. Because there is only one you. So, like learning how to authentically bring that to the table is the most important thing. But I learn a lot by listening to my peers.
Yeah, that and and everybody's journey is gonna be different. Like I can't, sometimes when I see different people, I realize that's not me. I'm
Yeah.
not them. We all got our own separate things. Like I see so many like, content creators out there in Los Angeles, and they do this stuff because they have a passion for doing reviews and they have to do these kind of things in LA because that's where all the big media companies are.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, Abigail, like, LA is good and all, but I really just don't like, Hollywood, because there's a lot of like noise going up on there. It's like sometimes it just gets a little exhausting up there, and it's like you have to deal with everything that's going on. Like you got so many people producing a lot of stuff, a lot of competitions, but at the end of the day, we're just trying to live.
Yeah. Everybody's just trying to live.
Yeah, we're not trying to like and listen. And, I fell into that trap as well when I was in college. I was just, taking, pictures. I do photography as well, but I took a back seat from it for a while, just trying to get myself put out there. No, but then I started diverting my attention from what I need to be focused on. So
Yeah,
and it took me a while to get to where I am today. It's okay. I'm here now. So it's just part of growing up.
I agree. Yeah, I'm glad that you're here.
So yeah, so the voice actor stuff is a competitive field, but at least you get to learn your strengths and weaknesses as well. That way
Yeah.
you can be like the best version of you can be.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Exactly. So sorry if I, ranted for a bit there, kind of thing. I hope I didn't rant too much.
No, it's okay.
So sometimes I get in my vision sessions here. All right, so now that we're done that section, let's go ahead and do character deep dive, shall we?
Yeah, I'm excited.
And we're starting with the first one because it's you pretty much know this character, okay? Kaiju number 8. So, Kyokuro, let's see, Shinomiya from Kaiju number 8 has become a fan favorite. What was your reaction when you found out you booked the role? And part 2, Kyokuro starts out incredibly confident and driven. What aspects of her personality were the most fun for you to explore?
Um, when I got the email, I was really confused, because I thought they had sent just the wrong person. Um, I was so new at this time that whenever I sent in the audition for her, or for everybody that I auditioned for that show, I mean, I did my best, but I didn't think that there was any chance that I would book it because I was still so new to the studio. So I was very, very shocked, to say the least, to get that email. And I like binge read the manga immediately. She's actually very similar to me. We're both very ambitious. Like both have a very hard time leaning and depending on others, like very hyper independent, hard time like showing your feelings. Um, so it was nice being able just right out the gate in my career, getting such a well-written character that was uh, really so in tune with who I am as a person as well.
This is what I be saying. Even every time you get these characters, you're trying to figure out how can I put my personality into that character. And guess what? I like that. Guess what? You've done the research. Like I need to see what
Mhm.
this person was all about. And listen, some of you guys don't even have time to research everything, because
Yeah,
because basically y'all have deadlines too.
yeah, we do.
So it's kind of tricky, but if you're feeling lucky, and y'all don't have like a strict date deadline yet, you could spend like hours trying to research about who this person is, what their backstory is. Because like I said, you know, every person that you come across, you're gonna have to learn what their you know, attributes are.
Yeah,
That way you can get clear understanding. Okay. And you're also trying to pay attention to how the Japanese voice actor does it as well.
yeah, of course.
And yeah, that's the fun part. But yes, I've seen now listen, my sister watched a few episodes and I was like, I wasn't really into that stuff at the second, but
Hmm.
after a while, I was like, maybe I need to get back to it so I can get understanding about what the show's about. Listen, I'm trying to broaden my horizons the more I talk to you guys. That way I
Yeah,
can like be more prepared with these kind of like, questions and asks as certain things that y'all never been asked before.
yeah,
And
I'm
but
all open for it.
by the way, I was watching one of her scenes. I like that scene where she was just putting the axe down on one of those monsters. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it'll be best to stay out of her way.
Oh yeah, yeah, I would definitely stay out of her way with that huge axe.
Wait, what you think? You got to manage to play a character who has a big axe. What'd you think of that?
It's so cool. Like one of the best weapons in that show. You see a lot of scythes in anime, but you don't see a whole lot of axes. So she's she's like one of the best characters that has that weapon in anime.
Well,
Not a whole
let
lot
me
of competition.
let me ask you an extra question, okay?
Mhm.
Who do you think would win since she has a big axe? Would it be Thor from the Avengers, or her with the axe? Because Thor has Stormbreaker. Who do you think would win?
I don't really know anything about superheroes much or Thor, but I mean, I'm biased. I think that well, isn't Thor a god? Um
Yeah. Yes. Yes, he
against
is.
a teenage girl. I don't know. I think maybe Thor might win, but for fun, I'll say Kikuru. I think she'll win.
Man, you don't know any of the super Marvel stuff, and it's been out for like what, 18 years now?
Yeah, I know some of it, just not really my cup of tea.
Oh, come on, App. Go not even one Marvel movie.
No, I've definitely seen them. I grew up watching them. I haven't seen any of the Thor movies, but I grew up watching a bunch of superhero stuff. It's just not like not it's not my favorite thing.
Oh, not even Avengers Endgame.
I think I saw that at one point. I think I saw it in theaters. I think I saw it with my family.
Abigail, what will it take for you to get back into superheroes?
Make them gay, and I will.
Well, I will say this. They did have a few gay characters in the Elementals, Marvel's Elementals. If you watched that one.
Okay. Okay.
Tell you what, after we're done, I'll give you a list. Deal.
Okay.
If that helps. Let's continue though. But I just want to throw an ask because I was like, she's weird in an axe. Who will win? I just had to throw that at you. Now next up, now you voice characters across a variety of genres. Now, how do you find the emotional core that makes each character feel unique?
They usually tell me themselves. Usually in like the lines usually speak for themselves. The character is usually pretty loud and clear about their intentions within the scene. It helps for every character that I'm cast as. If there's source material, I read all the source material, um, so I'm able to get the bigger picture, which can be super helpful. But scene by scene, especially because anime dubbing is ADR, the picture has already been placed. We're just dubbing over it. I can see the scene in its entirety. I know exactly what the character wants. I know who they're talking to. I don't have to make it up in my head like they do for prelay for animation video games. It's very, very clear to me. So I honestly am very spoiled in that regard.
You're very spoiled. They're giving you cookies.
They are.
But yeah, all those, like, cause you have like a lot of characters. I've seen the list of characters that you've done up to this point, and you have to, cause I listen, like every day when y'all go to the studios, y'all have to record like different people, like the next day and the next day and the next day. It just keeps going on forever, and it's
Yeah.
like you have to change your certain moods, just like and just in life when you're going through something, you have to change your mood. You have to do the same thing when you're doing these
Yeah.
fictional characters on the show.
Like,
Which I
how do I
know,
change my moods?
yeah, like, wait, oh no, I didn't ask. I'm just saying, like, how you
Oh,
do
okay,
it.
gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, I wasn't asking. That wasn't a question. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, no, no. There was a silence, and I was like, was there a question? Okay.
No, no, I was trying. I was just trying to make sure I say the next thing. But yeah, but yeah, it's just we just gotta make sure, like, because I know it's not how can I say this? I'm trying to gather my thoughts here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes even in everyday life, when you guys, us as humans, we go through some sort of tragedy or some great day or something, it's the same thing. Like you have to put those certain emotions and characters that you're doing like throughout the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't know how many days you get called in throughout the week because that's probably like what, 5 days you have to change your emotions.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
definitely not that many times, but yeah.
like you're playing, listen, you're playing like a fierce fighter, and then you're playing this high school girl. And then you're playing in Neffy, who's trying to get this person to kill herself or something at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I usually don't play them all at the same time. They come in at different seasons, so that helps.
That helps too. That way you don't have to like, do everything in one week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun to see. I mean, because here's the one thing I told this to other people. What I really don't like, here's the one thing I don't like about Crunchyroll, and you might agree with me on this. They do not do any behind the scenes stuff. They don't
Yeah,
do
they
any
do.
bloopers. Oh wait, no, they don't
Yeah.
do any bloopers.
Yeah, we don't do any bloopers. I think that they used to put them on the DVDs or something like that. But yeah, I think that there might be some copyright stuff with that. We can't do that.
I hate copyright. It's, that's coming the thing these days. I hate copyright. We're just making fun stuff. Why can't we do the blooper stuff?
Yeah,
Oh
right.
well. Oh well. That's a problem for another day.
Right, right.
So we'll figure it out later. Um, Next up, is there a role you've played that surprised you the most when you stepped into the recording booth?
That surprised me the most, I would say recently when I booked Utage from Tomon's B-side, she's the titular character. Um, I was really not expecting to get that role. So honestly, what I was most surprised of whenever I stepped into the booth for my first session for her was how actually good of a fit I was for the character. Because I didn't think that I was a very good fit for her whenever I auditioned for her, but the director um and they usually do know what they're talking about. She knew what she was talking about. So I walked in the booth and I was like, oh wait, this is actually really easy. Oh wait, we're like so similar. Oh, this is coming super naturally. It feels like a really good fit. And I was really surprised by that. I was like, I'm really confused when I got that casting email. But then I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, hey, listen, if you see an opportunity, take it. Don't just you can't just think about what ifs. But
Yeah, for sure.
that role really surprised you, huh?
Yeah, it did. It did. I was surprised by how much I was that I was going to be like confident in my performance with her. I thought that it was going to be something where it's a comedic role, so I get nervous with comedy that I'm going to try too hard to make it funny and it's not going to be funny. But I think it's turning out really well. So
I thought you like comedy though.
yeah, no, it's just hard as an actor to do comedy
Oh,
because you can try too hard to be funny and then it's not funny.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a weakness right there.
Yeah.
Like you gotta make sure you have a good joke ready.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. Have you ever connected with a character on a personal level and thought, wow, I understand exactly what they're going through?
Yes. I try to do that with all of my characters though. I think even if a character is evil, you have to find something that you relate to them because at the end of the day, the characters all their motivations, they all think that they're doing the right thing. So they're doing the best thing for them in that scenario. So I try to relate to all of my characters. But in particular, Kikuru from Kaiju number 8 and Utage from Talon's B-side are definitely the ones that are most similar to me. Um, yeah, me and Kikuru are probably the most similar. I understand her on a fundamental level.
Well, that makes sense. You're both plus you guys are all fierce too. You like to show a listen, because I guarantee, like sometimes, as you know, when you do Kikaru and Kaiju number 8, I think Abigail must put on her mean face when she's doing it.
It's funny because anger is the most difficult emotion for me to express. And so that's one of my favorite emotions to express in the booth because it's very cathartic because I hardly ever unleash that emotion in my daily life. So,
Well, you got to keep it locked up and keep it saving for the performance later.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
I'm about to say, please don't do that in public. Please do not do that in public. Please
No,
don't
I
show your
won't.
anger in public. Okay,
Don't
because
worry, I won't.
people will be a little scared. They see that mean face.
Yeah, right. I
And so,
agree.
and like I said, all the scenes that I've seen, and I've heard your voice throughout the episodes of Kaiju number 8, I was like, okay, so throughout all this series, she had her own challenges as well. And I was like, okay, so, Abigail was relating to her life story as to Kikuru's and Kaiju number 8. And I guess, and this goes back to what I was saying before. All you guys out there doing these voice acting, y'all gotta make sure y'all do your best to relate these characters to what you're going through in life right now.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, we do our best.
Yeah, that's something I had to learn early on when I was watching like season 7 of My Hero Academia, where I
Hmm.
understand the villain's backstory and all the trauma they went through.
Hmm.
Because what people don't really pay attention to, they don't really pay attention to like what the characters went through. They just pay attention to all the cool fight scenes and whatnot. Listen, I just
Yeah.
like being I listen, I'm one of the good ones who like being, analytical and really understanding what these guys are really going to because
Mm,
they had like a lot of pain that you just don't see from the surface, but you see deeper inside when you get rooted in the series like that.
I agree. I like the flashbacks and the backstories and stuff like that.
hmm And flashbacks and backstories are really important, especially if you're going to be doing a story like that. So listen, I tell people, y'all, don't just be paying attention to all the cool fight scenes. We also want to look at the quiet moments as well and understand
Hmm.
what this person went through. Origin story time. That's why, like sometimes I like going through the origin story of all you guys. I want to know exactly how y'all got from point A to point B. Hmm.
Yeah.
Most people just want to get right into all this. No, no, no. Let's just take it nice and slow and try to get a understanding from it first.
Yeah,
So,
cool.
so let's see. Okay, so next up we are in section three. So section three is gonna be behind the booth. Now, you just got a new role like last week, if I got that correct. You got last week or this week?
Did I? What was it?
It was I'm trying to remember. It was someone something. I forgot what it was. I'm sorry. Hey, but you said you just got announced for a new role last week, right?
Mm, I don't know about last week. I'm currently doing Tomlin's B-side.
That's what it was. Tom wants to be said. Wasn't that the one?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the next
Yeah.
question. So, walk us through so number 10 is walk us through your process when you receive a new role. What's the first thing you do to start building that character?
I'll go to the source material and read the entire manga, um, and just absorb the context. And then if the show is already out or an episode, I'll watch that. And then basically everything else is just figuring it out in the booth. I'll re-listen to my audition to see what the director liked. Um, and then we kind of create the character together inside the booth. I wait for the director to like make any choices because we do it together.
Mhm. So pretty much same thing, research first,
Hmm.
and then we just get inside and we try to build that character and make sure that we put a much love and touch into it. So people be like when they watch the show, they can get like an understanding, like, okay, so I like how this character came out. So it makes the show a little more enticing that way.
Yeah, I agree.
And listen, I will say this. I guarantee you when y'all get new stuff, I know it's not easy to do at first when y'all get like new roles. Like y'all literally have to like, oh shoot, I got used to these characters I've done so far, but now it's like I got a new thing to do, which is not easy because y'all have to like, put in a lot of hours to go research this person. And sometimes it may take as many takes as it takes to get it right, no matter how many recording sessions you do.
Yeah.
So, and I was going to ask you too, like,
Mhm.
some does now listen, when y'all do get good news, does it ever get a little bit exhausting to try to get it right?
When we get new what?
When y'all get new roles to play, does it get tiresome trying to get it right?
Well, if you have this mindset that it has to be perfect or it has to be right, that's where you'll dig yourself into a hole. You just have to go into the studio, record, do your best, trust the director, and trust that people are gonna like it, and well, they're gonna like it or they're not gonna like it, and that's not on you, to decide that for them. And all you can really do is your best, and that is the best outcome. So
Yeah,
yeah.
because I know, because I know, like we can't change how people view this character. It's like you only can do the best you can once you get started, and it's not like I could just picture myself and say like, oh, I got to get this perfect before the end of the day. I don't care how long, even if I will get it right, even if I have to before I even drop dead.
Hmm.
But in that case, listen, nobody's perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You just want to make sure we do it to the best of our ability, and then people
Yeah.
will enjoy it later. If we gotta make some adjustments, that's fine. We'll figure that out later. But let's just
Hmm.
do what we can for now.
Exactly.
And so, and I know. Oh, and listen, the reason why I'm saying all this because purists are going to have issues. I've seen so many people who go on reviews and say, "Oh, this wasn't good enough." Like I'd be telling people, y'all, if it's not broken, then don't fix it. And they did that, and guess what? They did that when they dropped Batman Hush in 2019, and people were complaining about the movie wasn't comparing to the comics or whatnot.
Mm.
I actually enjoyed the movie. That's why it got 80% Rotten Tomatoes.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen Batman Hush?
Mm.
You need to watch Batman Hush. Oh, wait. You're not into superheroes. Who am I talking to here? I forgot about that. But trust me, please give Batman Hush a watch, Abigail, if you can.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Okay. Now let's see. Next up, what is something fans would be surprised to learn about the dubbing process?
Mm, most lines only get like 1 to 2 takes. I think people have this impression that we do as many takes as it takes to get it actually like perfect. And sometimes we do for very specific lines. Um, but for most things, it's like 1 take. If it fits like the flaps and it sounds good and there's no real reason to fix it, then we just take that.
Okay. And because I knew, because I was thinking like because I was looking, because I was like, usually, so this, so it's just one take, because I thought it usually takes like more than one to try to make sure we get it like done on like, as multiple times as we need to run through it.
It's usually just 1 to 2.
Just wanted to, so not like, because I know you're not going to be in there all day. So
Exactly,
just
it's timed.
so pretty much just 1 to 2. So not like one, two, three, four, like 10 takes or anything.
Yeah, no, that hardly ever happens.
Okay. So y'all just got to get it right, like the first two times,
Yep.
and then y'all try to move on to the next thing.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, now I understand how it works. Because why was I thinking that it would take them like 10 takes or something? Why was I thinking that?
I don't know.
Mm,
It's a preconceived notion that a lot of people have.
mm. Sometimes I just be curious and I just want to, know how that they do things. So,
Hmm.
um, let's see. Next up, now, have you had a particularly memorable recording session that still makes you laugh or smile today?
Hmm. Um, when I this is funny. There's a video out there that Sean Gann has taken of me, who was the director for Kaiju number 8, Demons of the Shadow Realm, Taco Piece Original Sin, many more. Um, when I was doing Taco P for Taco Piece Original Sin, I'm a very physical actor, and I don't know if you know the show, but Taco P is an octopus and like an alien octopus. And so he has a lot of tentacles that like usually like he like moves around like this, or he has his like tentacles up like this when he's talking. And I when I'm voice acting, I will usually mimic the movements of the character. So if the character is like taking a picture, I will like or holding something, I'll do the same thing. Like I don't even think about it. I just automatically mimic them. And so there's a video out there that Sean took without my permission, mind you. Although I love
Oh
him, he can
no.
do whatever he can do whatever he wants. I'm not bashing on Sean. I love him. Um, of me with the Takopi arms doing like the Takopi voice with like my arms in the booth. This has never been posted, but it's definitely been shown around the studio.
Oh no.
And I'm like, oh my God, this haunts me. Although I stand by my actions, I'm not necessarily embarrassed. Because that's just how I work in the booth. You know what? We gotta make the movements that we have to make for the sound to come out, and nobody needs to know that. So,
He
um,
did that to you. Oh gosh, man. Did you do something to make his day bad, Abigail?
no, he just thought it was funny.
Okay. Because I was like, oh, dude, he out for revenge.
No,
You
I don't
know,
think I've ever done anything to wrong him. Me and him are pretty close buds.
that's gotta be funny. And they played around the studio. They did. Oh, 'cause they didn't post it on the internet, right?
No.
Yes, because I was like, whew, whew. Well, that could have been a new blooper for y'all. Could have
Could
been.
have been. Could have been.
Shoot. But again, copyright situations. Why
Hmm.
must there be copyright? I hate copyright so much. You know, even when I sign my sources, they still give me copyright and everything. I was like, you know what? Screw it.
Hmm.
But seriously, that was that happened. He recorded you doing that.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just trying. We just doing like this thing like with SpongeBob from the Christmas special.
I have no idea. I've seen the video once and it was like last November or something like that. It's been a while, but I know that he's still showing people, so I'm not
Well,
offended. I'm not offended at all. I think it's very funny. I'm not I'm embarrassed or ashamed. Um, yeah.
well, hey, keep that funny moment. I think you still enjoy it.
Yeah. It's a good memory. Just a reminder, I do have to go at 7 for the hour interview, so that is coming up in like 5 minutes.
Oh shoot. Okay, I'm gonna try to go as fast as I can. Let's just go to section 4, okay? Which
Okay.
is Pride, which is I'm doing this for Pride Month, okay?
Yeah.
Pride, representation, and community. So now this is gonna be, let's see, let's
Mhm.
make this into a three-part question, okay? We're
Okay.
gonna go slow. Now,
Okay.
during Pride Month, what does it
Mhm.
mean to you to see more LGBTQ plus voices being celebrated in entertainment? Part two. Have you noticed positive changes in representation since you first became involved in the industry? And part three, why do authentic stories and diverse perspectives matter in anime, gaming, and entertainment as a whole?
Yeah, so I'm gonna work backwards a little bit. I think this is like a still heavily debated topic. As far as race, everybody's on the same page. We should all like if the person is POC, it should be played by a POC person. Everybody agrees on that, basically. Pretty much, besides some fan bases, but we don't care because they're not directing things. We don't care about their opinion. There
Right.
are still many directors who don't believe that it's important to cast a queer actor for a queer role. They think that sexuality is something that you can put on as an actor, that's something that you can act out. So it's still something that's being heavily debated today. It's a pretty nuanced topic. I have a lot of opinions on the subject. I think it makes the project more special whenever you are able to include that representation. We're definitely seeing that in a lot of BL anime. Sometimes not necessarily for GL anime. Um, but I'm super happy to be seeing more representation in general of just storytelling wise. I mean, in film coming up, we have Girls Like Girls and Leviticus coming out at the same time, two queer stories being told. That will be my Barbieheimer. I will be in the theaters to watch both of those. um, so that makes me really happy. I didn't grow up with a lot of queer stories. I didn't really know it was an option until later in life because of that. Because I just didn't see queer couples and I didn't see them in media and I didn't see them in real life. So I don't know why I would have thought it would have been a viable option. Um, so I'm really happy, especially during Pride Month, that we're getting these two new movies out. I'll be very excited to see them. I started watching Bean Counter anime last night, daily isekai worker, something office worker, something like that. Yeah, isekai office worker. It's a newer BL anime. Super good. I'm excited. I'll love you till your dying day, something like that. Yuri coming out in like a month or so. So I will be keeping my eyes peeled for more Yuri in general. I'll be very excited to see more of. I'd like to see that this year. And Green
Okay.
Yuri anime coming up, very excited about.
Okay. Yeah. And listen, and I've asked this question to the previous, Alex Handbag. I think you know Alex,
Mhm.
I've asked him this question because there's been a lot of like, people like he was hoping like hopefully like anime can get like some kind of lesbian serious kind of thing too. Because the way the war is, we're trying to tell more diverse or storytellings because it's more important now, especially with the way the climate is right now, that we need to make sure all these queer people are very much loved and welcome in these spaces. And that goes the same thing, whether you're doing drag, voice acting,
Mhm.
tattoo,
Mhm.
everybody, has a part to play in these stories that you guys are putting out.
Yeah,
And so,
I agree.
which is why I came up with the idea for this thing to be showcasing all Pride creatives.
I
Because
appreciate that. Yeah.
I want to hear you guys' perspective so I can so you guys can, educate me a little bit so I can get a better understanding.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I want. And
That shows real initiative.
it exactly. Let's see. Last two-part question, okay, and then we'll
Mhm.
wrap it up, all right? Um,
Mhm.
what advice would you give to the LGBTQ plus creators who want to pursue careers in voice acting or storytelling, but aren't sure where to begin? And part two, when people look back on your career years from now, what do you hope they'll say Abigail Blythe brought to the world of voice acting?
Okay, rapid fire. I will say the first one, the number one thing that you can look for as a starting queer voice actor is community will be your best friend. That's where you'll find all your networking opportunities. Twitter is still a pretty good place for voice acting, even though it's a horrible site. Casting Call Club is a great place for beginners to find auditions, even though it's not run by the best person. Um, and yeah, I would say make friends, and that's the best way to get a lot of newer opportunities, like sitting each other auditions, and even sitting each other recordings to bounce things off of each other. You do not exist in like a vacuum of space. There are other people around you, even though it can feel very solitary. So that would be I would be say reach for community. And then I hope that I am known for, I mean, we all just really want to tell good stories. So I really hope that it's not me necessarily that is known, but the stories that I tell.
That's all we want. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
we're just trying to tell a story.
I don't care about my recognition. I just want people to know the stories that I tell or the characters that I'm telling them through. So,
And that's all we want. Exactly. Well, I think that wraps it up. Did you enjoy our discussion today? I know it was a
yeah, of
short talk.
course. It was so fun. Yeah,
You
I really
know,
appreciate it.
hey, I'll do my best to try to like come up with stuff to say because I know it's kind of, you know, but
I
that's
had a
how.
really great time. I had a great time.
Thanks.